This session, to our great grief we pronounce, even pushes 'gainst our heart the party tried, the daughter of a king, our wife, and one of us too much beloved. Let us be cleared of being tyrannous, since we so openly proceed in justice, which shall have due course, even to the guilt or the purgation. Produce the prisoner. It is His Highness's pleasure that the Queen appear in person here in court. Silence. Read the indictment. Hermione, Queen to the worthy Leontes, King of Sicilia, thou art here accused and arraigned of high treason in committing adultery with Polixenes, King of Bohemia, and conspiring with Camillo to take away the life of our sovereign lord the king, thy royal husband.
The pretense, whereof being by circumstances partially laid open, thou, Hermione, contrary to the faith and allegiance of a true subject, didst counsel and aid them for their better safety to fly away by night. Since what I am to say must be but that which contradicts my accusation, and the testimony on my part no other but what comes from myself, it shall scarce boot me to say not guilty. My integrity, being counted falsehood, shall, as I express it, be so received. But thus, if powers divine behold our human actions as they do, I doubt not then but innocence shall make false accusations blush, and tyranny tremble at patience. You, my lord, best know, who least will seem to do so, my past life hath been as continent, as chaste, as true, as I am now unhappy.
Which is more than history can pattern, though devised and played to take spectators. For behold me, a fellow of the royal bed, would show a moiety of the throne, a great king's daughter, the mother of a hopeful prince, here standing to talk and prate of life and honor, for who pleads to come and hear? For life, I prize it as I weigh grief, which I would spare. For honor, 'tis a derivative from me to mine, and only that I stand for. I appeal to your own conscience, sir. Before Polixenes came to your court, how I was in your grace, how merited to be so. Since he came, with what encounters so uncurrent I have strained to peer thus. If one jot beyond the bound of honor, or in act or will that way inclining, hardened be the hearts of all that hear me, and my nearest of kin cry fie upon my grave.
I ne'er heard yet that any of these bolder vices wanted less impudence to gainsay what they did than to perform it first. That's true enough, though 'tis a saying, sir, not due to me. You will not own it? More than mistress, of which comes to me a name of fault, I must not at all acknowledge. For Polixenes, with whom I am accused, I do confess, I loved him as in honor he required, with such a kind of love as might become a lady like me, with a love even such, so and no more, as you yourself commanded, which not to have done I think had been in me both disobedience and ingratitude to you and toward your friend, whose love had spoke, even since it could speak from an infant, freely that it was yours.
Now for conspiracy, I know not how it tastes, though it be dished for me to try how. All I know of it is that Camillo was an honest man, and why he left your court, the gods themselves, wetting no more than I, are ignorant. You knew of his departure, as you know what you have undertaken to do in his absence. Sir, you speak a language that I understand not. My life stands on the level of your dreams, which I'll lay down. Your actions are my dreams. You had a bastard by Polixenes, and I but dreamed it. As you are past all shame, those of your fact are so past all truth, which to deny concerns more than avails. For as thy brat hath been cast out like to itself, no father owning it, which is indeed more criminal in thee than it.
So thou shalt feel our justice, in whose easiest passage look for no less than death.
Sir, spare your threats. The bug which you would fright me with, I seek. To me, life can be no commodity. The crown and comfort of my life, your favor, I do give lost, for I do feel it gone, but know not how it went. My second joy, and first fruits of my body, from his presence I am barred like one infectious. My third comfort, starred most unluckily, is from my breast. The innocent milk in its most innocent mouth, held out to murder. Myself on every post proclaimed a strumpet, with a modest hatred, the child-bed privilege denied, which longs to women of all fashion.
Lastly, hurried here, to this place in the open air before I have got strength of limit. Now, my liege, tell me what blessings I have here alive that I should fear to die. Therefore proceed, but yet hear this. Mistake me not, no life. I prize it not a straw, but for mine honor, which I would free if I shall be condemned upon surmises. All proofs sleeping else, but what your jealousies awake, I tell you, 'tis rigor and not law. Your honors all, I do refer me to the oracle. Apollo be my judge. This your request is altogether just. Therefore bring forth, and in Apollo's name, his oracle.
The Emperor of Russia was my father. Oh, that he were alive, and here beholding his daughter's trial, that he did but see the flatness of my misery, yet with eyes of pity, not revenge. You here shall swear upon this sword of justice that you, Cleomenes and Dion, have been both at Delphos, and from thence have brought the sealed up oracle by the hand delivered of great Apollo's priest, and that since then you have not dared to break the holy seal, nor read the secrets in it. All of this we swear. Break up the seals and read. Hermione is chaste, Polixenes blameless, Camillo a true subject, Leontes a jealous tyrant, his innocent babe truly begotten, and the king shall live without an heir, if that which is lost be not found.
Now blessed be the great Apollo. Praised hast thou read truth. Aye, my lord, even so, it is here set down. There is no truth at all, the oracle. Session shall proceed. This is mere falsehood. My lord, the king! What is this business? Oh, sir, I should be hated to repeat it. The prince, your son, in mere conceit and fear of the queen's speed, is gone. How? Gone. Is dead. Apollo is angry, and the heavens themselves do strike at my injustice. How now there? The news is mortal to the queen. Look down and see what death is doing.
Take her hence. Her heart is but overcharged. She will recover. I have too much believed mine own suspicion. Beseech you, tenderly apply to her some remedies for life. Apollo, pardon my great profaneness against thine oracle. I'll reconcile me to Polixenes. Anew woo my queen, recall the good Camillo, whom I proclaim a man of truth, of mercy, for being transported by my jealousies to bloody thoughts and to revenge. I chose Camillo for the minister to poison my friend Polixenes, which had been done, but that the good mind of Camillo tardied my swift command. Though I with death and reward did threaten and encourage him, not doing it and being done.
He, most humane and filled with honor, to my kingly guest unclasped my practice, quit his fortunes here, which you knew great, and to the certain hazard of all uncertainties himself commended, no richer than his honor. How he glisters through my rust, and how his piety does my deeds make the blacker. Woe the while! Oh, cut my lace, lest my heart, cracking it, break too.
Oh, what fit is this, good lady?
What studied torments, tyrant, hast for me? What wheels, racks, fires, what flame, boiling in leads or oils? What old or newer torture must I receive, whose every word deserves to taste of thy most worst?
Thy tyranny, together working with thy jealousies, fancies too weak for boys, too green and idle for girls of 9. Oh, think what they have done, and it run mad indeed, stark mad, for all thy bygone fooleries, rich spices of it. That thou betrayedst Polixenes, 'twas nothing. That did but show thee of a fool, ignorant, and damnable and grateful. Nor was much that thou betrayed poor Camilla's honor to have him kill a king. Poor trespasses more monstrous standing by, whereof I reckon the casting forth to crows thy baby daughter to be none or little, the devil would have shed water ere fire ere done it. Nor can it be directly laid to thee the death of the young prince, whose honorable thoughts
high for one so tender, cleft the heart that could conceive a gross and foolish sire, blemished his gracious dam. This is not, no, laid to thy answer, but the last. O lords, when I have said, cry woe! The queen, the sweet dearest creature's dead! And vengeance fought, not dropped down yet.
The higher powers forbid!
I say she's dead. I'll sweat. If word nor oath prevail not, go and see. If you can bring tincture or lustre in her lip, her eye, heat outwardly or breath within, I'll serve you as I would do the gods. But oh, thou tyrant, do not repent these things, for they are heavier than all thy woes can stir. Therefore betake thee to nothing but despair.
1,000 knees, 10,000 years together, naked, fasting, upon a barren mountain, and still in winter storm perpetual, could not move the gods to look that way thou wert! Go on. Go on. Thou canst not speak too much. I have deserved all the tongues to talk their bitterest. Say no more. However the business goes, you have made fault in the boldness of your speech. I am sorry for it. All faults I make, when I shall come to know them, I do repent. Alas, I have showed too much the rashness of woman. He is touched to the noble heart. What's gone and what's past help should be past grief. Do not receive affliction at my petition. I beseech you. Rather let me be punished, that have minded you of what you should forget.
Now, good my liege, sir, royal sir, forgive a foolish woman. The dove I bore your queen. Oh, thou fool again! I'll speak of her no more, nor of your children. I'll not remember you of mine own Lord, who was lost too, take your patience to you, and I'll say nothing.
Thou didst speak but well, but most the truth, which I receive much better than to be pitied of thee. Prithee, bring me to the dead bodies of my queen and son. One grave shall be for both. Upon them shall the causes of the death appear, unto our shame perpetual. Once a day I'll visit the chapel where they lie, and tears shed there shall be my recreation. So long as nature will bear up with this exercise, so long I daily vow to use it. Come and lead me unto these sorrows.